This is Interaction Techniques for Chord Diagrams. Hello, my name is Rees from Swansea University, and I will be presenting this work on behalf of my co-authors. My co-author Bob Laramee will be fielding questions following this presentation. Chord diagrams are a popular high-dimensional visualization for representing relations. Their simplicity and their intuitive design result in common use in mainstream media to visualize affiliation. However, chord diagrams are limited in their scalability, with the number of nodes that can be placed in the diagram limited by its size and display medium. We present novel interaction methods for chord diagrams with the aim of increasing their versatility. This work was carried out in collaboration with a commercial entity, QPC Limited, who provide data solutions for the contact center industry. The techniques introduced in this paper are a response to analyze call transfers between different agents in a range of call center departments. Due to the large number of call center agents, overplotting becomes a challenge. The methods presented attempt to address the requirements to visualize transfers at different scales, visualize calls with multiple transfers, and to view individual call details. We demonstrate these techniques on a bespoke application for visualizing a call center dataset that shows call connections between different agents in different departments. Here we have loaded over 225,000 calls. Of these calls, almost 18,000 calls feature at least one transfer and combined have over 80,000 transfers, which are depicted here. Each point around the axis represents one of over 3,100 agents grouped into their departments and business segments. Lines between agents represent a call connection. Most prominent in the visualization is a billing department with far more agents than any other department. A hierarchical clustering technique has been used to reduce clutter. Users are able to adjust the clustering strength to find a balance of direct connections and clutter reduction. To focus on call connections from a particular department, the user can hover over the representation of that department on the axis to bring these calls into focus. A mouse over feature confirms the department ID. Here we have Department 55 in the Sales Business segment. Transfers from the Sales Department go to many other business segments, however not the Customer Services, Company and Collection segments, and a few to the Tech Support segments. An option for connections within the same business segment to be routed outside the chord diagram also helps alleviate clutter. Clicking a department rotates the diagram so that the department is in the 6 o'clock position, with a second click in this position expanding the focus department. This expansion makes more efficient use of the screen space, allowing for the department to take up as much room as possible. Other departments and business segments are moved around to accommodate this. This expansion allows for the individual agents to be seen. By mousing over the agents, we are able to see all the connections in and made out by the agent. We also see some other data about the agent in the mouse over box, including their average call time, the number of transfers in and out, and the site, team, and skill of the agent. The direction of a connection in this situation can be ambiguous, therefore we enable a user option of arrows to indicate the direction of a call connection. We also demonstrate the use of animation for the indication of direction. The credit agent highlighted features 4 connections in, 3 of which are from departments in other business segments, and 1 connection out to the same department. Clicking on an individual agent in the axis returns a dialog of all the calls handled by the agent, along with the connections of each call. Clicking away from the chord diagram returns the diagram to its original shape. Another user requirement specified by collaborators was to provide a means of tracking calls through multiple connections to different call center agents. These agents may be in different departments within different business segments. Visualizing these aspects allows for insights into the transfers between departments, giving opportunities for efficiencies to be found. To meet this requirement, we develop interactive methods of representing connection direction and connection order. We again demonstrate the methods with a bespoke application. Currently, we have displayed a single call with 12 connections through 9 departments. The first method utilizes color, with calls transitioning color as the connections progress. Here we have the start of the call in green, which transitions to red at the call end. Additional indicators of call start and end are also included in the shape of a point and a cross respectively. Users are able to choose different color maps for the color gradient. To add more fidelity, a multicolored color map is chosen. Here the call starts blue, turns green, through yellow and finishes red. Another method of showing multiple connections is through the use of animation. Similar to showing direction on a single connection, we extend this method for showing call progress as is demonstrated here, with the animation working through each connection. For clarity, we enable this feature to be controlled by the user by utilizing a range slider. Sliding the upper bound of the slider controls the end of a black band that can traverse the call connections, and sliding the lower bounds of the range slider controls the start of the black band. This feature allows for the user to explore the call progress at their own convenience. Because of the large volume of transfers visualized, we introduce a sketch-based filtering method for chord diagrams filtering multiple connections. This interaction reduces the number of transfers that can be seen and gives the user opportunity to find calls of interest and outlier calls. The method enables the user to search for particular patterns of transfers between departments and business segments. Users are able to click on a department to sketch a filter of call connections. By clicking the departments, those departments are added to a filtering list. An indication of the departments added is given over the chord diagram for clarity. Here, the user has selected a billing department, followed by a credit department. 3 filtering methods are available. The first only shows calls that connect through the departments listed in any order. The second only shows calls that feature connections through the listed departments in the order listed. This may include connections to other departments between the listed departments. And the final filtering method only returns calls with direct connections between the listed departments in the order listed. Once the number of displayed calls is below 100, points and crosses appear to show call start and ends. Additional options are available to only return calls where the first department listed is the first on a call, and the last department the call termination. Users are able to access additional functions by using a right-click option. With this, call filters can be terminated, additional departments added to the list, or removed. Here we notice that of all the calls originating from the credit department, very few are transferred to other departments, with almost all of the transfers that are made go to the billing department. We also demonstrate filters based on call metadata to further alleviate clutter. Here we demonstrate filtering based on 2 metrics: the time of day of the call and the number of transfers made in the call. A particular behavior highlighted by domain experts is of customers calling a sales department with the knowledge that they will be spoken to quickly and transferred onto a department that may deal with the issues that they have, rather than contacting the department directly and having to wait in a queue. We utilize our techniques to investigate this behavior. 2 departments are available in the sales business segment. By using the mouse over, we can see that both departments have similar transfer behaviors. We apply a filter with a specification that the first call is from the larger of the sales departments. We notice that many calls are transferred to a credit department. This behavior is to be expected, as genuine sales customers may require a credit check. A number of calls are also transferred to a department labelled as Other. Departments labelled as Others are those that require explicit knowledge of the call centre providing the dataset to determine its business nature. Therefore, we are unable to quantify these transfers. Notable, however, is that all transferred from sales to this department are single transfers and terminate at this department. The final department with multiple transfers originating from the sales department is a large billing department, which may reflect the behavior indicated by domain experts. Expanding the sales department shows that almost every agent within the department transfers a call to the billing department. These agents can be explored using the mouse over feature. As we explore, we notice that some calls are returned from the billing department. Another of the agents does not feature a connection from the billing department. Clicking the agent returns a dialog of the calls the agent made. We can see that this particular agent only handled a single call, transferred in from Department 92, the billing department. We also note that 2 of the calls feature an internal connection before being transferred to the billing department. Again, we were able to explore the calls handled by the agent. Feedback was garnered from call center domain experts who provided the data. They were impressed with the ease of use, the ability to swiftly and dynamically focus in on an agent of interest, and then the capability to quickly switch to focus on another agent. Thank you for watching.